Oh man, I was on mute. We're going to be having a very, very fantastic discussion today. Um, I've been thinking about this and I've been trying to engage people for some days now. For about 2 weeks now, I've been engaging people trying to find out how do they deal with people ignoring them? How do they deal with the fact that you get ignored when people message you? So what do you do in this case, right? The case is vice versa. Sometimes you ignore people, people ignore you. It goes both ways, and we're in a very fast-paced world. People are busy, people are distracted, people are bombarded with a lot of messages. For me, I'm bombarded with a lot of messages. People ask me very, very intentional questions, and most of it are very, very important. So in this case, what do you do? Right? How do you manage the fact that you are busy and you don't want to make people feel like they are not important? And how do you deal with the fact that you need to gain people's attention because people need to pay attention to you, right? And that's why we're having this very, very powerful discussion. Now, if you follow me till the end, you probably must have learned one of the most important lessons in your life, that it's almost going to be impossible for people to ignore you. I promise you. It's almost going to be impossible for people to ignore you. And in cases that people will still ignore you, obviously, that's very, very common. People can still ignore you. In different cases, people can still ignore you. But it's almost going to be impossible. Out of 10, let's say, maybe 7, maybe 3, I mean, maybe 3 would be we ignore you, right? And that's maybe basically on the personal beef, or maybe there's a case between you and the person. But with the principles I'm going to be sharing with you, and by the way, we're going to be having a pep talk, is principles, examples, and practice. So I'm going to be giving you principles, I'm going to be showing you the examples, and definitely I'm going to give you something to practice, right? So pay attention and listen closely. Attention is the new economy. If you don't know how to retain people's attention, they are going to ignore you and you're not going to get the best out of them all of the time. So you must learn how to retain people's attention. Let me tell you why your attention is the most important thing. Everybody wants to buy your attention. Um, Adverts, organization, big companies, products, they are trying to get your attention. Everybody is trying to get your attention at the same time, right? Now you now have your family, maybe your mom, your brother, your friends, your loved ones. Everybody is trying to gain your attention. And you have people you're mentoring, maybe your mentees, people are asking you questions, or you're working in an organization, and you need to pay attention to all of those things at the same time. Probably an average person, maybe I'm just judging from my own context, right? Receive close to 20, 50 messages in a day, and almost everything seems to appear important, right? So how do you prioritize, or how do you pay attention to one and leave one out without making this person feel like, oh, they're not important or they're not this? For example, there are people in my DM right now. I need to pay attention to them. What they are asking me is quite important. I need to answer quickly. But at this moment, I'm live. So how do I deal with the two at the same time? You get it? Now, so the same thing goes to other people. When you somehow you feel like, oh, they ignored me, but how do you make it almost impossible for people to ignore you? That's the big question. How do you make it almost impossible for people to ignore you? The first thing I'm going to discuss with you is the law of energy. The law of energy. If you follow me very closely, I have discussed energy just too many times, right? And it never gets boring to discuss energy. It never gets boring, right? Energy is likely the most important thing you must discuss when you're talking about communication or being able to transfer your energy to people, right? If you must gain people's attention, then you must up your game of energy. What is energy, right? We as human beings, we are energy beings. We transfer energy, we take energy. When you enter a room, I usually ask this question now. Have you ever entered a room and you instantly know that you don't belong here? Anybody? Like, have you entered a room and you almost instantly know that, oh, I don't belong to this place? Yeah. Yeah. The same thing, right? It's the energy. Let me ask you another one. Have you met somebody and you almost did not like them instantly? Maybe you necessarily don't know who they are. You've never had conversations with them. Talk more of knowing maybe they've done anything bad to you. You just don't like them. Like, have you ever been in that situation where you just don't like some set of people because for no reason? I want to tell you that what is going on there is energy. Energy, right? You must understand how to give people energy. And I'm going to teach you how energy works, right? Let me show you something quickly. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Right? So people feel your energy before they process your word. People feel your energy before they can even process your word. So low energy means low priority. High energy means high engagement. When you give people low energy, they tend to prioritize your work or whatever you're trying to communicate with them at that time. It just might not be something very important to them at that time. So you need to be able to up your game of energy, the energy you bring into the room. And I'm going to categorize how to show your energy. There are three levels of energy. Three levels of energy, right? Let me give you a quick example. So let's say you enter somebody's DM and the first thing you said is hi or hey. That's a very poor energy. Let me whisper it to you. That is a very, very poor energy. Don't give that kind of energy. You don't go into people's DM. You almost instantly let them feel what you're saying is not really important, right? So you enter somebody's DM, all you say is hi. Let me give you a better example of what you should do. Let's say you're messaging somebody and you want to give them a better energy. I'm going to give you three categories of how to show your energy, right? Let's say, for example, let's assume your name is David. Whoever is watching, your name is David right now. And I came into your DM and I say, hey, David, I saw your post on consistency. That line alone shows that you're following me and you listen to me. Maybe you pay attention to me and you regard my message. Just telling me, hey, David, I saw your post on consistency. The next thing I probably might reply is, oh, really? You've just started a very solid conversation. But you message me and like, honestly, it's always awkward to respond to that. Always awkward to respond to that. So if you message me and you say, hey, Yopayemi, I saw your message on becoming a better person, and I think that line hit me so much, and almost immediately I'm going to reply you. Why? You show that, oh, you listen to what I posted. That means you feel like, because that's what I'm using my time to do. Like, I'm busy creating things and putting it out. And if somebody is acknowledging what I've done and telling you just started a conversation for free, you don't need anything to get my attention anymore. That energy alone. When you enter my DM, either what you have to say is important or not important. You just enter my DM, hi, and you ghosted. bro, I'm not going to reply you. Like, nobody replies that kind of message. Sometimes I try to be um, a coach the way I am, right? I try to inform people. You don't message people hi. You're giving a very poor, low level energy. You should learn to transfer an energy. There's something people used to ask me. Somebody asked me now, oh, what if I message somebody and the person snub me, or or they they just decide not to reply, or they respond anyhow, nonchalant response. You know, those kind of nonchalant response. You say, you write a very long stuff. Hello, I'm so happy, blah blah blah, and the person say thank you. Those kind of nonchalant response. So people expect that kind of response from people. I'm like, what if people give me that kind of response? I say, no. See, when I'm messaging people or when I'm interacting with people, I believe that I need to pour my energy on them. People are going through stuffs. The person might be busy, might have had an argument with a driver, or had issues on their way home, or they just got back from a very tedious, heavy, distracting walk throughout the day, and they're just trying to settle in. And first thing I'm seeing in my DM is, honestly, it does not match my energy at that moment. So when I'm connecting with people, I try to pour my energy on them. So when I get on a phone call with somebody and somebody say, hello, how are you doing? No, you just make them lose the whole reason why you're calling them. Pour your energy on them. Pour your energy on them. Be in control of the energy. Be the one controlling the room. Don't let them pour their energy on you. People have an energy. Another way that people try to translate what the love energy is they call it vibe, right? Bad vibe, good vibe, whatever vibes, right? They call it all kind of vibes. So, but I call it energy, right? You transfer your energy. You can transfer good energy to people. Somebody is having a bad day and they saw you in their DM. They should be excited that you showed up in their DM because of the energy you transfer to them. So there's a difference between hey, what's hey? Like, what's a, bro? Like, what is a, right? Or you now say, the second example is when you now say, hi, Opeyemi Tosin. I saw your video on so, and it really touched me. Instantly, we're going to get into a conversation, because you might just lighten my day. You might just make me the happiest man on earth. You might just be the one to say you acknowledge my work. And I'm going to give you 3 categories of how you message people and make them feel present in the message. Right? Let me give you a practice. Check my slide. Check my slide quickly. Okay, I'm back. Let me give you how to show your energy. I just told you, oh, energy is this, energy is that. But how do you show your energy? How do you show your energy? There are 3 things. I categorize it into three things. Number one is entertainment, number two is inspiration, and number three is education. Number one is entertainment, number two is inspiration, and number three is education. If you want people to pay attention to you, the energy you bring into the room is important. Now, I'm now giving you three ways, three good ways to show your energy, to make them feel your energy. So it's not so good that, okay, I tell you, oh, you must bring your energy to the room, you must do this, you must do A, B, C, D, 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 D. But I don't tell you exactly what it means to bring your energy to the room, right? This is exactly how to bring your energy to the room. Number one is, you have forgotten. Okay, let me mention it again. Okay, number one is entertainment. Number two is inspiration. And number three is education. And let me put it on my screen so you can see it. Very different. That's entertainment for you. You must bring up make people the same way you make somebody laugh in real life. Try to bring up something that lightens up the mood all the time. So there was one time I was having a conversation. No, I was paired with a partner that we were working on a project, right? And I was paired with a partner, and I was going to reach out to the partner. Guess what I did? Instead of saying hi, hey, when I got into a DM, I got into a DM and I said, guess what? They just paired me to become your life partner, and I don't know how far this relationship will go, but I think we will do something special. Think about that. Just think about that for a moment, right? It's just different. It singles you out of a lot of people who are sending them message. It's not a burden to them. So what entertainment does is lighten the mood. So how you bring the energy level up is first entertain. Right? Some people start with greetings, which is good. The greetings is part of entertainment, but you must try to make it lighten the mood. Don't make the room intense. Well, it's not all situation you entertain. There are some entertainment that are very deep. There are some that are not very deep. They are very light entertainment. Very light entertainment can be you admiring what their clothes, what you saw on them earlier today, or admiring something you saw on their page that looks beautiful. Just lighten the mood, entertain them. Entertainment is not always making somebody laugh. No, you watch movies. You watch movies for entertainment, and you sometimes you watch horror movie to entertain yourself. Sometimes even think that is crazy, right? But you watch horror movies to entertain yourself. So when you're entering people's DM or you're trying to have a conversation with people, entertain them. Say something that lightens the mood. Don't be too rigid. Don't be too predictable. Hello, hi, they paired me with you. Make it different, right? And the next one is inspiration. Let me put it on my screen. Next, this is the part that pains me most. When people show up in my DM and the first thing they're asking is a very, very serious question. Like, how? You're showing up in my DM and all you're asking is a very, very serious question. Not to shade anybody, right? Somebody was having a conversation with me, and honestly, I was in the middle of a lot, and I was still very kind enough to still reply. The first rule is that this person we've not had conversation at least in 3 months. At least in 3 months, we've not had any conversation, right? And this person is messaging me. The first thing we do is call. Hi, like just I saw hi, and the next thing is call. I say, why? We're not really connected. We don't have conversations like that. So why are you calling me? Message me, like just send a text. So I quickly replied the person. I said, send a text. I won't be able to answer calls right now. So the person sent a text, and guess what? The person was asking me questions about, as a manager, I'm in an interview. What are the rules I can apply for? I said, ow, ow, how do I answer that? But I was kind enough, right? I had to go out of my way because normally I wouldn't even respond to that. But I was kind enough to say, okay, ABC. I even sent a voice note. ABC, do this, do this, do this. The person proceeded to asking more questions. You don't start with education, which is the last one. Start with entertainment, go to inspiration. Sometimes you use inspiration. Sometimes you can even start with inspiration. It works sometimes, right? Then you can then move to education. You can then ask questions. But if you enter somebody's DM and first thing you're asking is a very big question, see, I want to tell you that people are already stressed. They are busy with something, wanting another, they are already stressed. So if you're not coming to put more load on them, relieve them first before you push any question to them. Or you just ask me, hello sir, how are you? I want to, the reason why I'm in your DM is because I, no, no, because somehow it occurs to me that the reason why you're messaging me is not because you're asking me how am I doing. You just, that is just you trying to clear the way so that you can ask your questions. Entertain, inspire, educate. And educate in this sense is that you can ask question, you can bring up a discussion that allows you people to talk about something meaningful. That's what I mean by educate. I don't mean go into people's DM and start teaching them something. That's not what I mean. Right? Educate. You can start a discussion then. But if you do not inspire, you did not entertain, you went directly to educate, people will ignore you. So take this formula. Number one, entertain. Number two, inspire. And number three, educate. Right? So let me put it on the screen again so that you can see some of the examples I gave. Okay. Okay. Uh, all right. Yeah. So I hope you get that, right? If you can do this, I'm very sure you're going to gain more people attention, right? Um, never, never, never be generic. And people are receiving messages and it's almost looking the same. So you need to find a way to always stand out when you message them. So you use that formula. First, entertain. That's how to put your energy, how to show people your energy, how to make people feel your energy. Don't bring bad energy to people. So you entertain, you inspire, then you can educate. You can ask them questions. Maybe maybe you guys are working on a project, then you can proceed to that. Maybe you guys are trying to do something, then you can proceed to that. It just lightens up the mood. I do this all the time. I promise you, I do this all the time, right? One of our team member, we were working on a project and they were supposed to deliver some flyers or some designs on. They've not delivered the design. I just know, I just could picture that this person is one of the most diligent person I know, one of the most active, one of the persons that says if he says he will send you something tomorrow, they will send it. They stand by their word. And in this case, I've not gotten feedback. I just automatically know, like, okay, you probably wouldn't even know who I am, but I've been on top of your fan base. Oh my god, that's interesting. I love that. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's go back to our conversation. Right. So this is one of the most inspiring person I know. Right. One of the most inspiring person I know. Right. And in this case, he has not delivered the task we are supposed to deliver on time. What did I do? I went into the person's DM and I said, Kai, I guess this is one of the most busiest time of your life, and I understand that. I probably might supply you packs of Zobo very soon so that you can be happy and the mood might be light. I guess that's one of the reasons why you've not sent us the flyer. What's up? How can we proceed from here? I didn't say send us the flyer. How can we proceed from here? Guess what? In few hours we got the flyer. I would have laid more burden. The person would have said, oh, I'm tired. No, no, I just understand that, oh, this person is busy. This person might be dealing with a lot of things at the same time. So I don't go into your DM and lay more burden on you. I don't do that. I don't lay more burden on you, right? So you must always, always, always learn to lighten the mood, entertain, inspire. Then you can go ahead to ask anything. Maybe you want to ask for the graphics. Maybe you want to educate on something. Or you want to ask them question about something about their life, about your own life, or anything you want to ask. You must first water the ground by entertaining. And if you're just joining, you can go back and find out what I mean by entertaining, right? Lighten the mood, break the ice, right? Bring the energy to the room, transfer your own energy to them. Just guess that, probably you might be having a bad day. Make them happy because you are coming to their DM. And this is, you can say, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't this, is it really important? I can't be stressing myself. That's why people are ignoring you. Because you feel like your conversation doesn't matter. It's not important. That's why they keep ignoring you. Right. So let's go to the next thing. The next thing you must pay attention to is the power of framing. Framing is so powerful. Framing is so powerful. See, there's nobody, I don't know. I know there are people who might be very intentional about how they communicate. I'm very intentional about how I communicate to people, right? I'm that kind of person that if I tell you something today, I can think about it 3 days later to find out if I said it right, um, if I was in my right senses in the way I said it. So in fact, I can come back to apologize that that thing I said the last time, I guess I didn't say it well. Oh, this is what I meant. You will be like, what? Like I totally didn't hold it against you and I forgot like completely. But me, I was thinking about it because I'm very conscious about how I communicate and how I connect with people. Right. We were having a conversation with one of my friend, right, and we're talking about having interest in some messages and not having interest in some things and all of that. And I said something that probably must have put me off, as though I don't believe in what those people are doing or I don't cherish the value they are pushing out. No, no, no. That was not the case for me. The case is just that I cannot listen to everybody. I have to pay attention to who I listen to and listen to details and be able to learn and put it to action. I can't be listening to everybody, even if they are saying something important, right? So I discovered that I didn't frame it very well, right? Guess what? Is the next day or maybe 2 days later, I came back and say, guys, we were discussing a few days ago and I said something. I feel like I did not frame it very well. So this is it. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we said I understand. I actually understand that day. I say, oh, I wasn't sure you understand. That's why I'm trying to rephrase it so that you can understand what I meant. All right. Now, framing is one of the most powerful things to gain people's attention. If you want to get people's attention, pay attention to. I love that. Da, 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 da. If you want to gain people's attention, pay attention. Right? That's so sweet. All right. If you want to gain people's attention, pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, right? You must take framing, how you frame your words, how you frame your questions. You must take it seriously, right? I can be in your DM and I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. I don't just say it the way everybody will say it. Okay, let me show you my screen so that you can be able to follow me. form of framing. This is one of the poorest form of framing. Like, you show up in my DM and say, I know you are busy. I know you may not have time for me. See, by saying that, you almost automatically feel hostile to me. You almost make me feel like, feel like a bad person, that, I'm always not responding. I'm always ignoring you. Once you say that, you have ruined the whole thing from the beginning. The framing is bad. Let me put it on the screen again. It's as if some of you did not see it. I know you may not have time for me, but whenever you are free, you just destroyed everything. But whenever you are free, I'm never free. I will not be free. I'm serious. Like, jokes apart. I'm never free. I will not be free. Nobody is free. Even if I'm watching film, even if I'm strolling, even if I'm doing nothing, I'm just strolling, I'm not free. We are always bombarded, either distracted or focused. Somehow everybody is busy. Welcome to 21st century, where people are busy without business. What business are you doing? Nothing. But you're busy. Yes. We have people who are busy without business, and that's fine. All right, that's fine. But you must realize that a lot of people are busy. So if you say, whenever I'm free, I'm never free, I won't be free. So first thing you must do is help me to know why your message is important and why I should pay attention to it. And the first thing is that if you feel you're deserving of honor, then you must honor yourself first. You must honor yourself first. See, the way you portray your question or the way you put your question forth shows that you honor yourself. So you should show up in somebody's DM and you show up like somebody who is humiliated, or somebody who is trying to gain people's attention, or somebody is looking for attention. No, you must not sound desperate. That message sounds desperate. Never sound desperate. Okay, you're messaging somebody and you say, and I know you are busy. Let me check it again. I know you may not have time for me. But whenever you are free, that almost already sounds too desperate. It seems as you're trying to hook me. You're trying to get me to respond to you, and that will just turn anybody off. And it's painful that a lot of people do this almost every time. A lot of people, you probably might be making the same mistake. Don't sound desperate in people's DM. Don't sound like you don't honor yourself or you're not worthy of respect or honor. As much as you honor them, honor yourself as well. And I'm going to tell you how to frame questions that shows that you honor them and you honor yourself. You honor your time and you honor their time too. The fact that you're messaging people doesn't mean that your own time is useless. It doesn't mean that you don't have what to do with your time. It just means that you need their attention at the moment. You are doing something important and they need to pay attention to that thing that you are doing at that time. Then you need to borrow their own attention to your own, because they are busy at the time. If you are going to gain their attention, you must never sound desperate. The way you pose your question must show that you honor them and you want their attention genuinely. So they reiterate the same thing back to you. Yes. See, I've always said this and I'm going to say it again. People don't rate you. I promise you. The way you think people rate you in your head, people don't rate you like that. See, I came to that time on time. I came to recognize that, the way I think people rate me in my own head is not the same way they actually rate me in real life. So what do you do in that case? You must mean more to yourself before you mean anything to anybody. So when I'm showing up in your DM, I already show up as a person of value, even if I'm meeting you for the first time. Even if they say, you are a blessing, you're a celebrity. I love it. I respect you and I honor you, and I'm going to show up in that way. But I show up in your DM like somebody who is humiliated or somebody who is desperate for an answer. I'm not desperate. I'm not afraid of getting a no from you. So anytime you sound desperate in people's DM, it almost automatically turns them off. It makes them feel like you're not deserving of a response from them. Are you following me at all? almost feels like you're not deserving of their response at the time. So, how do you frame questions? The way you frame determine the way people see and perceive you and how they respond to your messages. So, you must learn how to frame intentionally, frame in a way that captures people's attention, and at the same time communicates honor, communicates respect, communicate that you respect yourself and respect them as well. See, if you don't respect yourself, there's no reason why I should respect you. The way you pose your question is important. So I was having a discussion of framing with one of the people who took my master class in communication, right? When we were discussing, and I said, you guys should do this assignment. So if you attend my master class, I used to give there's one assignment I gave them recently. It's going to take them about 3 weeks to complete the project. It's a project, right? And it's one thing I do. If you're in my master class of communication, I just take you through the journey. You are going to be refined. So I give them the assignments and try to get people's feedback, how they respond to you. And some of them frame their question in a way that really makes sense. They send questions to people and all of that. So I now ask that, what between these two, which one catches your attention the most? So when I say, hi, hi, Okoyemi Tosin, thank you so much for all you do. You're such an amazing person. I love your work and thank you so much. I just showed up in your DM and I said that. Well, I'm definitely going to respond. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. I'm truly honored. Blah, blah, blah. Any natural person can do that. That will give you a very good response. But let me give you the one that will give you a better response. Hi, Okoyemi Tosin. I was making the list of 50 most important people in my life. And while I was making the list, it occurs to me that you're one of the most important persons in my life. I want to appreciate you for one of your work. I want to appreciate you for your impact, and especially last year, what you did to me is so amazing. Thank you so much. Which one gets a better response? First or second? Second. Second gets the most important. See, it makes the person emotional. It's just framing. How you frame it is helping people to understand your context. See, online is too, uh, they're not seeing your face. So you need to put everything in place that they understand you. They understand you enough. They get your context. So let's try a good framing and a bad framing. Right? This is taking. So this one did not want to come on the screen. Okay. Just look at that framing. Like you're saying, could I check in once a month to avoid beginner's mistake? Is a very different thing. It's different between can you mentor me? No, I cannot. It just wants me off almost because you're trying to get me into conversations that probably I'm not even ready for. I'm not even ready for the conversation. Right? So you must learn how to frame better. So let me give you a prompt. So take one request you plan to make, right? Frame it. So compare your weak framing and your better framing. Try to frame things better. Try it today. Reach out to somebody and frame your question in a very um, intentional way. Frame it better. Improve on your framing. Improve on your framing. Right? So let's move to the next thing. Let's move to the next thing. Now, the next thing is managing your own energy. This is likely one of the most important thing. See, if you ever ignored anybody before, or you're struggling between, oh, I need to call this person, I need to reply this person, I need to reply A, B, C, D, 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 blah, 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 blah. Listen to me. I'm about to give you one of the most important principles on how to deal with such situation. It's three things. It's three things, right? If you One of the things that people struggle with is time management. Time management. A mental mindset. Time is not your friend. Time is your ally. Time is not your friend. Time is your ally. Right? You must understand how to manage your energy because you will burn out. You will burn out. And the people who need your attention, who you're supposed to help, who you're supposed to assist in one way or the other, you will not be able to do it because you're burning out. So you need to learn how to manage your energy. And I'm going to tell you one of the ways I manage my energy and what to do to manage your own energy. You need to learn how to manage your energy, conserve energy, retain more energy that you can respond to people, you can give your best to people. One of the things I get from people when I was asking people questions yesterday is that they don't want to engage in weak conversations. I don't want to engage in weak conversations as well. One of the reasons why I don't respond in some messages is because I'm not interested in weak conversations. I like real-time conversation. I don't want conversations that I'm not giving my best to it because I'm careful of what I say. So if I'm not giving my best to it, I'm just responding casually. I don't like it. So we don't want to engage in weak conversation, and you might not even be in that mental space to deal with that problem at the time. So what should you do when you receive a lot of messages, or you're bombarded with a lot of text, or you have to deal with a lot of to do in a day, and you still need to pay attention to people? This is what to do. Let me put it on the screen. even you as a person, you are going to be drained. You are going to feel drained. Why? If you keep seeing people's message that you're not replying to, right, you are going to feel drained. A few days ago, I had to declutter. I sat down and reply all my messages. The ones that I feel like, oh, it's too long, I just clear everything. You must make sure you see that simple message that you're not replying. It's affecting you. It's not just the person that is affecting, it's affecting you. It's affecting you. It's affecting you mentally. You're feeling tired. You're feeling burnout. You feel like there's a lot to do. So reply their messages. So it's just easy for you to differentiate between what is important but not necessary. What is important but not necessary, postpone it. Postpone it rather. Postpone that thing instead. Tell the person, oh, can we meet on Thursday? That is better than ghosting them. Can we meet on Thursday? Can we talk on so time? Let them know, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have your answer right now, but I'll try to make a finding. Can you reach out to so day? Maybe I would have gotten your answer. Or delegate it. Oh, reach out to this person. Oh, go and watch this video. Instead of you, everything is important to you. No, not everything is important to you. Not everything. So you must know what is important but not necessary, what is necessary but not important, what is necessary but is not important, can wait till later. So one of my mentee was asking me to have a conversation, very, very fantastic questions that she asked. And the only thing I told her, okay, when is this your stuff coming up? Says this thing is far now. So that means it's important but not necessary. What that means is this thing you are saying that you answer now. It's important, but it's not necessary right now. So I can buy that time to attend to other things. I can buy that time to attend to what is important and necessary right now, right in the moment. So that thing can wait. So what I do in that situation is give you time. Just tell you, okay, since this is important, but it's not really necessary right now. I often don't even say this to people, but you can obviously see it in my action. Okay, can we talk on Thursday? So that buys me time to attend to other things. Can we talk on Thursday? So time on Thursday. Let's talk on Thursday. That buys me time. It saves me the energy. It saves me the burnout. Try this. People will respect you more. They will even respect your own time. They will respect your time more. You will see people coming into your DM to ask for time to talk with you instead of just showing up in your DM and feeling like you're a bad person. If anybody still feels I'm a bad person, it's probably they don't know who I am, right? Because if you know who I am, the first thing you will always know that I want to pay attention to you. The next thing you ask is, when can we talk? I'm going to give you time. I'm always going to give you time. The first thing I will weigh, once we start having a conversation, the first thing I will weigh when we're having a conversation is this thing important? Okay, it's important, but is it necessary? Okay, it's important, but not necessary. Okay, go and watch this video. I'm telling you the secret. If I've ever done this thing to you, this is the secret. Don't watch this video instead. Because I know this is important to you, but it's not really necessary at the moment. Like, go and watch this video. Sometimes people don't go and watch the video because they are just trying to ask a very important question that they are not even taking it serious at the moment. Go and watch the video. If you go and watch the video, come back to ask me a question. I just know this person is important and necessary. I attend to you. Or I refer you to someone, or I delegate that thing, because although it's important, but it's not necessary. And some things are not necessary, but important. Important, but not necessary. When something is not necessary, but important, what you do is make it wait till later. But anything that's important and necessary, pay attention to it. Like, tell you, when you make your to-do list, a very large chunk of what you wrote down, some of it are important, but not necessary. Some of it are necessary, but not important. Some of it are important and necessary. Pick the one that is important and necessary. Attend to it first. If you're able to achieve that, if you're able to respond to those people, If it's not, is if it's a life and death situation, it's important and necessary. Attend to it immediately. If it's a situation that will crumble your finance, it's important and necessary. Attend to it. If it's a situation you need to attend to your client at the moment, it's important and necessary. If a client and a mentee is messaging you at the same time, you need to attend to your client first. That one is important and necessary. A mentee, you can always give the mentee a time to respond. If it's not an issue of emergency, no. See, message me so time. We can talk that time. But if you are coming into my DM and you're demanding my time, oh, let's talk, let's talk. No, 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 no. I won't answer you again. Everybody should go and rest. Everybody should go and rest. Right. So let me repeat it. How to manage your own energy so that you don't burn out when people message you or whatever. You're trying to pay attention to everybody, right? And what I'm saying is that you don't ignore them. You attend to them based on what the priority of what you're doing. So you don't tell them I'm busy right now. Assess, try to evaluate the priority of what you are doing at the moment, then wait. Okay, this person messaging me, is it important and necessary? Oh, it's important and necessary. Attend to them immediately. Oh, is it important, not necessary? Important but not necessary. Okay, go and watch this video quickly. This will help you. You just save yourself time. But it's not necessary but important. Can wait. You can tell the person, okay, can we talk on Thursday? Even important and not necessary, or important, necessary but not important, you can always tell them, let it wait for later. Let's meet so time. Give them time. Specify. That helps you to prepare for that time and allows you to clear your own table towards that time. I don't know if you're getting this at all. All right. It allows you to clear your table so you attend to what is important and necessary, and always specify time. Give people time. Is it possible we meet tomorrow? So time. Oh yes, it's possible. Oh good. Oh sir, I'm busy outside. Okay, let's look for a way to adjust. Oh, you are busy this time. I'm busy this time. Okay, can we push it to this time? It just makes my life and your life easy. Life is not hard. It makes my life and your life easy. But what is worse there is when I give you time and you're not sure. I just might see you as unserious. Maybe next time I will never give you an appointment for us to meet again. I don't know if you get it, right? You might need to listen to that part again. This will save you a lot of stress. This will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of stress. So you don't need to stress yourself, right? Now, when you gain people's attention, how do you retain it? To gain attention can be easy if you know all of those things, right? To gain people's attention can be easy if you know these things. But how then do you retain their attention? Let me put it on my screen. But this is actually personal. This is actually personal. When people have a conversation with you, never respond with noted. Thanks. Retain people's attention. Let them be eager to have conversation with you next time. Thanks. Okay. When people say okay, I just wait to something. What's going on? Do you understand what I just said? Don't respond okay to anybody. Retain their attention. You want to have conversation with them next time, make them feel excited to have conversation with you next time. They talk to you, you say, okay, thanks. Because you are what? Retain their attention. Noted. What is noted? Is it not better to say, I understand all you said? Thank you. Simple. That does not take anything from you. Instead of thanks, oh, thank you so much for the material. Thank you for the resources. Thank you for that. Thank you for the compliment. Thanks. Keep people attention. Let them be excited to message you next time. Now, the next thing is There are some people you can say hi to. You can say hey, you can say hi friend, blah blah blah, because they are your lover. But if I'm not your lover, you should follow all these techniques. If I'm not your lover, if you are not that close so much that you could say hi and I will respond regardless, you should follow those techniques. But if he's your lover, of course, you guys have a deeper connection, right? You guys have a deeper connection. So, person messaged me, say hi today, and I said good morning, and I responded immediately. Guess what? I asked, how's your project going? I let you know that I remember our last conversation. I let you know that I know you are onto something. I let you know that the reason why we've not talked so far is not because you are not interested in talking to me. I just allow you to know that I am aware that you are busy. I'm aware that you are engaged. I'm aware that you're doing something with your life. That retains people's attention. People want to message you again, right? So make your presence a relief. Let me say this. When you message people, don't first attack them with, oh, you did not ask of me. That's a problem. Right? Don't attack them with problem. Don't attack people with problem. It almost turns people off almost immediately. All right. That will really help you. Really, really help you. Right. Now, let's let's go to the last thing. Second to the last thing. Right. And I'm going to give you 7 things you should not do online. That's making people ignore you. I'm going to give you 7 things that's making people to ignore you, right? But let me show you this first. Mm. Once or twice and you follow the normal technique, you bring the energy into the room, you try to have a good conversation with them, you try to talk with them well, and they still are giving you poor, bad energy, they're not responding to you, or they even read your message and did not reply. Some silence are blessings. Let them go. Honor yourself and let it go. Don't let it go in bitterness. Just move on. Just move on. See, stop trying to talk to people who are not listening. You follow the procedure. It's not like you just show up in somebody's DM high and you not do the necessary. You do the proper the necessary things you should do. You approach the person the way a normal, honorable person should be approached, and they still did not respond to you. Please move on. Stop trying to talk to people who are not listening. Stop trying to talk to people who are not listening to you. Stop stretching it. Don't force it. Just move on. Maybe their chapter is done. Maybe they fulfill their part in your life. You're giving them a very good energy and they're giving you low energy. Move on. Move on. Move on. You can't tie anybody. You're bigger than that. I'm telling you, you're bigger than that. Move on. Some silence are blessings. Declutter. Move on. Right. Now, if you understand that, let me give you the last things you should pay attention to, right? So people don't ignore you because they hate you. People don't ignore you because they hate you. Most especially in this generation, a lot of people miss your messages, they don't respond to you because they are genuinely busy. People don't attend to you because they are genuinely busy, or they are distracted somehow. A lot of things are going on in this generation and people are distracted. So what you do, your job is, number one, bring the energy into the room. That's number one. Number two, frame your words properly. Number three, filter your Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. The network literally took me out. That's very funny, right? So you must know what is important but not necessary, and you must know what is important and necessary. And lastly, know when to let go. Know when to let go. Know when the conversation is getting toxic. Know when it's becoming you just pulling yourself on the person. Know when to let go. Know when to let go. And I'm going to give you 7 tips. I wrote 7 things here that you must. I wrote 7 things here. 7 mistakes that make people ignore you. See, 7 mistakes that make people ignore you. Number one is sending endless broadcast messages without permission. Sending endless broadcast messages without permission. This is one of the number one reason people ignore you, right? This is why it is bad, right? People assume everything from you is a spam. Even when it is important, they won't check. So people almost automatically assume everything that you're sending to them is a spam. So even when you're sending something important, they probably might not check anymore because you keep sending them broadcast message without their permission. If you must, if you must send broadcast messages, right? If it's a must for you to send broadcast messages, you must first take people's permission to do that. Ask them for their permission to do that before you even send them those broadcast messages. Ask them for their permission. Don't just send people broadcast messages without their permission. Ask if they want to be receiving. There was a time I used to send people broadcast messages. I used to do that before, but I sent people's text and I told them that if you want to receive my broadcast message, type yes. If you don't want it, I'm going to remove you immediately. And I did so. A number of people told me no, and I removed them. The people that said yes, I kept them there. And at a point, I stopped it. I stopped sending people broadcast messages because I want them to take my message important. Any day I eventually send them any message, I want them to see my message as important, not just me trying to sell something or advertise something or blah, blah, blah to them, right? So if you want people to pay attention to you, one of the mistakes you're making that people are ignoring you is because you send too much broadcast message and people are ignoring you, right? What should you do instead? All right, create a community space. If you want people to be seeing what you're doing, maybe you write something online or you post something, create a community where people can easily see your content. Create a community either on Telegram, on WhatsApp, even on YouTube. Well, maybe you're directing people to YouTube. You can create a closer community space like WhatsApp. You can create a WhatsApp page. I think there's WhatsApp channel, right? You can create a WhatsApp channel. You can create a Facebook group. You can create a Telegram group. You can create a Telegram channel where you share your content and you drive people to interact with it. Your status is a very nice place to engage people if you know how to use it. I went live now, but I didn't send anybody a personal message. Oh, please join me live. No, I'm not sure if they're interested. We've not had conversation. Some of them would not have conversation in a long time, and I'm sending them, oh, please join me live. I don't know if they're interested. So I create a community to get people who are interested to join, and I give them information there. So create a group where you interact with your people to interact with your content. Create a newsletter. You want people to be reading your stuff, create a newsletter where people that are on your newsletter know that I'm reading your newsletter. Don't bombard people. People will ignore you. You don't bombard people with messages. Anybody at all. I've archived some people, and they are even important people. I just archived them. There are people who have earned my permission to send me broadcast messages, and those are people I look up to. And if it's somebody I look up to and I'm learning from and they're my mentor, I want to receive their broadcast because whatever they are sharing, I need it. But you're not my mentor, and we've not talked in a long time. You're sending me broadcast. Why? You just send me broadcast as you share it. Why? So one of the reasons why people are ignoring you is because you send them broadcast messages. Stop sharing broadcast messages. Stop sharing broadcast messages. Create a group, create a community, create a WhatsApp platform, create a Telegram platform, create a newsletter, right? Where people choose to hear from you. They choose to hear from you. Stop forcing yourself on people. Stop forcing yourself on people. Let people want to hear you. Where you gain their permission. You get people to listen to you by your own permission, by their own permission. They permitted you. But they didn't permit you in their DM, and you are the one showing up in their DM, disturbing them all the time. So they will not take your message important. It's you. If they ignore you next time, you are the one that caused it. You are the one that caused it. So if you don't want people to ignore you, stop sending them broadcast message. Create a group instead. Create a newsletter. Create a Telegram group where people choose to hear from you by their own permission. Right. Number 2, 7 mistakes you make that people ignore you. Number 2 is starting empty greeting. Example is hi, hello, good morning, and nothing else. Right? That's one of the reasons why people ignore you. Hi, hello, hey, good morning, and you just go like that. You don't say anything. People will ignore you, automatically ignore you, right? Because this is the reason why it's bad. This is the reason why it's bad. You put a burden. You put a burden on the other person to figure out what you want. Yeah, you just automatically put a burden on the other person to figure out what you want to do. So you send me a hi. So am I supposed to figure out? I'm supposed to respond hello and be waiting for the next thing. You are stressing me. You're stressing the person, right? So you give them the burden of figuring out what to expect or what to talk about. So it's easy for people to ignore you on that level, right? So example, how do you fix that? Hi, Bayo. I saw your post on career growth yesterday. Quick one. How do you balance work and study? Hi, Bayo. I saw your post on career growth yesterday. Quick one. How do you balance growth and study? You see that? So you're reaching out, you put a context. It's not hey, hi, you just ghost. Hi, Okoyemi, I met your brother this afternoon and it was so amazing. I have long lost your contact. I'd like to connect with you again, and I got your contact from him. How are you doing? You said, I will respond immediately. But you just showed up in my DM. I don't have your number. I said, hi. You're leaving me to figure out what to talk about. Give it context, right? Fix that immediately. Number 3, 7 mistakes you're making that are making people ignore you. 7 mistakes you're making. Over apologizing before you ask. Nigerians. This one is, I'm sorry. In Nigeria, we tend to apologize for everything. Please, I want to pass. Please excuse me. we we apologize for everything. You over apologize before you ask for something. I often don't feel that is that is respect. When people over apologize, over ask for permission, I'm humble. It's too cringe. I don't like it. This is not personal. I'm telling you that people don't like it. People don't like it, right? So this is why it's bad. You weaken yourself before the conversation starts. So you weaken yourself before the conversation starts. So do not over apologize. I'm not even saying appreciate, like you are over apologizing. Sorry, ma, sir, ma. It's too much. It's overloaded. So people will just perceive you as weak almost immediately. And people don't want to interact with weak person. How do you fix it? Respectfully acknowledge their time, but frame your acts with confidence. Respect people's time, like just like the question, the framing I gave you the other time. Show that you respect their time, but when you're framing your question, don't frame it like, "Oh, please, can I have a time with you tomorrow?" No, don't do that, right? Show that you respect them, show that you honor them, but frame your question in a way that shows that you are a person of honor too. All right. Number 4, 7 things that you do that people ignore you. Asking too much at once. Asking too much at once. Example is, can you mentor me? Can you help me with everything? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you help me with A? Can you help me with C? Can you help me with D? Can you help me with da 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 da? Asking too much at once makes people ignore you. They almost see you as a burden. They almost see you as they see you as a burden. Asking too much at once. So how can you fix that? See, when you ask too much at once, it becomes too vague, becomes too heavy. People ignore what feels overwhelming. People ignore what feels overwhelming. So you shouldn't ask too much at once. People ignore what feels overwhelming to them. So don't ask too much at once. What should you do instead? Make your request specific and light, right? So you could say, could I check in once a month for quick feedback on my growth? Could I check in once a month for quick feedback on my growth? That's very different. That's very different from, please, can you mentor me? Please, I'm reading this book. Please, you are always in somebody's name asking plenty questions, right? Can I check in once a month? Can I check in so time to get your feedback? So you don't become a burden to them. You don't become a load on them. So you must ensure you're not asking too much. Number 5, 7 things you're doing that are making people ignore you. Number 5 is replying with one word answers. This is very, very disrespectful, and it doesn't sound, it's not even good. It doesn't make any sense. Replying with one word answer, it doesn't make sense. Example is okay. Another example is noted. Another example is thanks. This is why it's bad. Dead end conversation is a dead end conversation, right? So you must learn to actually put context when you're giving people such remark. Noted, thanks, okay. It doesn't sound good at any point in time, right? So it shows low energy when you tell people noted, thank you, thanks. It shows low energy all the time, right? So how do you fix that? Add thoughts to it. So when you say thank you for what? Noted, what did you note? I'm not saying you should write a dictionary. At least help us understand what you noted. Noted, what did you note? Right? What did you note in the first place? Right? So add a thought. Like example, thanks. I will try this approach tomorrow. Thanks. I will try this approach tomorrow. Oh, I gave you a recommendation and I say, oh, you can do this. And all you said is thanks, or you say noted. If you say thanks, I will try this approach tomorrow. That makes a lot of sense. Next time, I will be happy to, even if you do not try the approach out, I'll be happy to show you another thing that will be helpful to you. But we're having conversation over thanks. Noted. I'm sorry, I'm taking this personal, but yeah, It's just what it is, right? This is one of the reasons why people ignore you. Number 6, 7 things that you do that why people ignore you. 7 things you do that makes people ignore you, right? Number 6 is sharing without personalization. I hate this one. I have warned a lot of people never to send me Happy New Month message. You know why? Am I saying they should not wish me Happy New Month? I like it, but you are forwarding a message that over 200 people have seen it. You forward message from a group that you did not even read it. You did not read it. You just saw Happy New Month. May this month be a month of favor, and eternity will cover your head, and even blessings will choke you from the backside. You just forward it to everybody. Don't forward that kind of message to me. I don't like it. Don't send it to me. I always tell people, don't send me your Happy New Month message. Like, I've never been silent about this. I always warn people, don't send me your Happy New Month message, because you are not intentional, right? So stop sharing messages that are not personalized. You just share random messages, because, or if you're part of people who share messages like any Temu thing that is out like this, you are sharing it in people's DM. Imagine somebody reached out to me, somebody would not really have conversation or connection, reaching out to me and saying, there's a app that they just launched. I want you to download the app, subscribe, and I want you to share with your community that everybody should like the app. Why? Why should I do that? I don't trust the app. Neither do I even trust you. Enough for me to even use it, talk more of sharing it with my community. My reputation is on the line. So, example of this, right? Sharing without personalization. Example is that forwarding generic links. Stop forwarding generic links to people. People will not take you serious when you keep forwarding generic links to them. Demo link. And there's this one they are sharing now. What was it? I saw it. Nesu leadership something. That's what everybody is sharing now. You just saw one link, or you go on one platform and you're sharing it to everybody. This is why people ignore you. Stop sharing generic links, so that people can take you serious when you really have real conversations, things they should pay attention to. Right, so I'm busy with my day. You're just sharing one link. I click it. It's rubbish. Sometimes never interested in. So why should I take you serious next time? Articles that I don't even care about. You just forward one article to me. Why will you forward an article to my DM? For what? For what? For what? Or you send a promotion to me without a context. Please like it. Please share on your status. Why should I share? We are currently making a 10 days offer. Share on your status. Hello, what's up, my people? It's your girl Anita. I need you guys to share my stuff on your post, and just show up in my DM and you expect me to share it. I won't take your messages serious next time, because you didn't give me context. You didn't want. So even when you are feeling bad that I didn't share it, but it's you that caused it. It's you that caused it. So stop sharing without personalization. Personalize your message. Help people understand why they should pay attention to that thing you're sending to them at that time. Right? So let me give you an example of how to personalize a message. Right? Hi, Ruth. I saw your article on design trends. It reminds me of your project. I saw an article. Listen. Hi, Ruth. I saw an article on design trends. It reminds me of your own design project. Can I send the article to you? Is this not even different? So somebody reached out to me. Hi, Okoyemi. I know you're working on a project on communication. I saw something on communication on Facebook. I'd like to share with you. Would you want to read it? Please share. I'm the one that will request that you share. But no permission. You just show up in my DM with one long article, expecting me to read it. Anytime you send me a message next, I probably might not pay attention, because I don't think is important. I don't think it's important, right? And lastly, 7 things that you do that make people ignore you. Lastly, forcing conversations that are dead. Forcing conversations that are dead. Stop forcing conversations, right? Example, keep texting someone who ignored you 3 or more times. If you keep texting somebody who has ignored you first time, second time, third time, why are you still texting the person? Why? Why? Like, I'm actually, I need an answer. Like, actually need an answer. Why would you keep texting somebody you text the first time and you follow all the rules, you follow it carefully? It's not like you just barge into their DM, you give them context, you approach them honorably, you probably give them opportunity to give them time, you help them to know the priority of what you're doing at the time, and they ignore you 1, 2, 3 times. Why do you keep messaging them? That's one of the mistakes you're making. Why should you message somebody who is ignoring you 1, 2, 3 times and you really follow the rules? It's not like you're breaking the rules as well. You follow the rules well. Why should you keep messaging them? So that's the last mistake you're making. What should you do in this situation? See, when you keep texting, let me say this before I go. If you keep texting people who are ignoring you, and even despite following all the rules, you're making it feel like you're desperate. You almost feel like you're desperate and you're creating a negative energy. You're feeling bad, and somehow you're making them feel bad. Maybe they don't even feel bad, right? But you're creating a negative energy. Stop it. Stop messaging them, right? And lastly is how to fix that, right? Learn to let go. Redirect your energy to those who respond. Redirect your energy to those who respond. Find another person. Talk to people who had value. And I hope you're not part of people who are just starting conversation for conversation's sake. If you're checking on somebody, let them know you're checking on them and let them know the value of checking on them. If I'm checking on somebody, I let them know the value of checking on them and I really start a good conversation with them. If I call a old friend and I want to have a conversation and say, oh, honestly, I've missed you, and say, what are you doing in your life currently? I spark proper conversation and just say, just checking in. Just checking in, bow. Like, start a proper conversation. Move to people who are responding and start good conversation. Something good. A contract can come out of that. A project can come out of that. Right. So, if you want to stop, if you want to make people pay more attention to you, right, you need to pay attention to everything I've just shared with you, right, and go back to it, listen to it in details, and listen to it in details, right? I want to give you an opportunity. If you want to upscale your game of communication and you want to become a better communicator, I honestly don't even push this that much, right? I train people, and there's a certain number of people I accept. Right? I train people in my masterclass on how to communicate. I take them I do 3 days training, and for 1 month, I'm on practicals with them. And we are doing practicals, we're engaging people, we're getting feedback, and we're doing projects to ensure you get better at communication. So if that is for you, you can send it, you can put you send a message to me, right? You can put a comment under the comment section, right? Or you can send me a message directly. That is, if you have access to me, you can send me a message directly. Thank you, and I hope this bless you. If you miss the whole thing, go back to it and listen to it again, listen again and again, take note and practice, and practice again. Thank you and goodbye.